Dear all, a warm welcome to newsletter number 41 from the 10th, October 2025, the last newsletter from my side. The newsletter is changing, or rather, it also begins with the account overview. Last month, we received a very large donation, so we were able to transfer not only to the environmental protection group Finchgar, but also to 2 animal welfare organizations and a social organization a larger donation. As always, the PDF is attached so that everyone can take a look at it. Over the years, not a single cent was used for ourselves. It was always for a good cause, for the Malser Weg. In any case, 1,000 thanks to all the donors who have contributed over the years. Truly a very, very big thank you. And please direct your donations to those who are now continuing the work, to those who are trying to make a difference in the spirit of the Malser Weg. I will start and end with this. Make sure to listen to the opinions of all those who say the opposite of what is being proclaimed, especially when it comes to the press and the mainstream. Question everything, believe little blindly, and always think for yourself. And also have the courage to express your own opinion. As a farewell once again, well, a farewell from my side, the Malser Weg will continue to exist. The Malser Weg is a project focused on health, politics, society, ethics, culture, and ecology. The guiding principles are the preservation and strengthening of everyone's health, healthy development, and the integration of all economic sectors into the project in the interest of the common good, with special emphasis placed on strengthening local cycles. Transitioning to organic agriculture, marketing ecology as a mark of quality for tourism as well, because healthy, ecological, and sustainable tourism will also become an important economic factor for agriculture, crafts, and trade. Further strengthening the identification of the local population with the health, political, ecological, ethical, and social project, and thus attempting to change and reinforce the thinking and behavioral patterns of the population towards a more environmentally conscious, social, and ethical attitude. The Malser Way itself has already been incorporated into the cooperatives, such as the Winterer Social Cooperative and others. Please continue to support these cooperatives. When you come, visit Salina, visit Vintera, buy our organic products, and please also visit us, for example, at the Organic Dairy in Pratreben or at Salina at the end of the arcades. The Cultural Café Saline, where many cultural events are also held, just like at Vintera, which is celebrating its 10-year anniversary this year. Celebrating 10 years of existence. And it was also clearly stated there that it was born out of Malser Weg. Yes, it is now very difficult for me at the end of so many years of transparent newsletters. In the past years, almost decades I must say, there hasn't been a single week where I was absent. Whether it was cold or wet, windy or dry, Easter or Christmas. One has to be careful not to become too sentimental. And that's why perhaps a few proverbs and sayings that one could take to heart. An African proverb says, "Many small people in many small places who do many small things can change the face of the whole earth." Just let that sink in for a moment. 3 Greeks, 2 ancient Greeks, 1 modern Greek. Socrates. The profound secret of meaningful change is to focus all your valuable energy, not merely on fighting the old, but rather on diligently building the new. This particularly applies to young people. Whoever does not actively take part in the important affairs of their local community is not merely a silent citizen, but rather a truly bad one. Please, young people, get involved locally in all communities. The modern Greek poet Dinos Christopoulos once said, "They thought they could bury us, but they did not understand that we are seeds." And the seeds of the Malser Weg have truly flourished worldwide. When I think of the more than 500 groups, Halloween groups in the United States, when I think of South America, and I'm not even talking about everything that has flourished here in Europe inspired by the Malser Weg, I always say they could have trampled us as well, but they were not able to. but the idea of this ecological, economic, social, and business project, the Malser Weg, that can no longer be destroyed. I am a learner, and over the years I've become more and more of a learner. By profession, I am a pharmacist. By profession, I am a writer. Just the other day, another small volume of my poetry was published. In this way, I am an alchemist in two respects, combining many components into something new. And as the Nobel laureate Anton Zeilinger from Innsbruck and Vienna says, I do not believe that the world can be understood purely in materialistic terms. I have felt in my own body what it means when the hunt is directed at those who think differently instead of at error itself. That people have hunted me and continue to do so, then it is not about the truth but about power, also about the power over thought, and that is why, once again, think for yourselves, believe nothing blindly, question everything. Another quote, it is not events like war, crime, drugs, economic chaos, or environmental pollution that we are confronted with that make up the real crisis, but rather the thinking that causes them, and does so incessantly. So afterwards, I am full of hope and sleep peacefully in the woods, Harwell. May I say, a colleague of mine once said, hope is not the conviction that things will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense, no matter how it turns out. So today on the 10th, October marks the end of my weekly newsletter, simply because after 33 years of commitment to culture, nature and the environment, after 12 years of being the spokesperson for the Malser Weg, because I am 62 years old and also a bit exhausted, therefore the large database, it will remain with me, and the Malser Weg blog will also continue to exist for some time or probably for years, but the most scientific part, 16,000 specialist articles, will be taken over by the Institute for Transdisciplinary Research in Sitten, Zurich, where I have also become a member, so at least the historical and scientific memory will be preserved there. Many, many thanks for the countless thank you letters that have arrived over the past days and weeks from university professors to ordinary people. Such emails have come in and are still coming in. A single thank you letter, which came from Pan-Europe Best Sitten against Network Europe, was made public here, and that was at 4 explicit requests. So Pan-Europe would like to personally thank Malser Weg and especially me for the years of outstanding support. The weekly circular, the weekly newsletter, has covered important topics and reached many people. Thanks to this support, Pan-Europe was able to carry out projects and initiatives in South Tyrol together with local stakeholders. The projects mainly include pesticide residue analyses on playgrounds, bike paths, schoolyards, and organic facilities. Signed, Kronhertog, President of Pan-Europe. One request here, please do not make me any offers. Now I'm getting offers from many sides. Yes, you're stopping here, but you could work with us. No, I'm not quitting somewhere just to end up back where I started. Please also give me some time to recover a bit. One request, I've already included it several times in the newsletters, but once again, recipe for change. I won't read it out here, but read it through, and that's where it ends. You can change the world. Every bite in that sense of good food has a full impact. Yes, my constant message to all of you for every area of your life. As I said at the beginning, question everything, don't believe blindly, always think for yourself. And once again, I'll end with the African proverb, repetition is key. Many small people in many small places who do many small things can change the face of this earth. Peace be with you, peace be with us all. In this sense, I now take off my hat, which I have proclaimed for many years, decades in Urbid Orbe, the Malser Weg, and wish you all the best and ask you not to give up. Nullia Seder, my Sedere, my mothers, yes, let it be wise. With all my heart, your Johannes from Mals,